And then we do know, obviously, that that the Obama campaign, and this was a central thing of things we talked in the past about the whether they were handing over that the max donor list, people that could no longer give money to the Obama campaign, and giving that access to ACORN. Has anything new developed on that front?
Not at this time. I do have something in the works that's going to hopefully tie it all together in for people, but it's going to be a couple of days before that comes up. But I will tell you that it wasn't just the max donor list, which is something I keep trying to get out there. This was the complete donor list. The small donors that Obama never gave over to the handed over to the FEC, he gave to ACORN, and they used it for voter registration. And those people were being prodded, you should say, to vote for Obama because ACORN had come out for Obama and endorsed him, and they were actively campaigning for him, including a video that Bertha Lewis made and put up on YouTube.
Question for you just about documents. I know that you have some documents from your time working with ACORN. I can't remember, do you have a copy of the max donor list and whatnot? I think you were going to supply it to the New York Times reporter, or no?
Yes, I did send that to Stephanie Strom. I also sent a copy to CNN and ABC News before the election. No one wanted to touch the story.
So,
of course
are you there? You have the documents; they're in your possession. Is there any way ACORN can come and say you shouldn't have those, and I can take them from you, or because they're in your possession, you're free to do with them? I guess at your own peril, what you legally feel you can.
Well, they are suing me for $5 million right now, so there are certain things about the documents that I can't talk about, but I feel like that'll all come out as we file the response for the lawsuit in just a few weeks.
Somebody just tipped me, and I haven't had a chance to read it yet, and I don't know if you know anything about it, but they wanted your thoughts about Gateway Pundit Post today, citing a Minnesota Star Tribune report about ACORN's involvement in Al Franken's Senate seat race.
Yeah, I actually wrote a blog post about that, Minnesota Style ACORN Tactics, where I talked about that the resources that were given to the Minnesota office in 2008 mirrored that of a national office. They had a staff that was dedicated to just raising funds for that state. They were doing all types of different research, and one of the, I'm not sure the director of special projects, Kevin Whalen, was out hobnobbing at cocktail parties and meeting people that were influential. So they realized that Minnesota was very important, and they put the money in to get the votes and to get the cards. I'll put it that way.
Interesting. And the last time we talked to you, you had felt like your personal security might be in danger for coming forward. Has there been any change in that? Have you received more or less negative attention? How are you feeling about your role in this process now?
Well, I don't think that I'm not worried about ACORN. I feel like the more I come out there, the more protected I am because the story's getting out there. I have had some really nasty attacks from pro-Obama supporters and liberals that feel like I have sold out my race. So I'm dealing with that, but it's mostly verbal attacks and hang-ups, which I can deal with. It's not anything like it was when I first talked to you and I had the attempted break-in. So it's getting better. I'm less afraid now.
And just on a side note, since you brought up the race issue and the idea of people accusing you of selling out, given just the healthcare debate and everything that's going on in the country, when the left is turning to try to turn this into a debate about race instead of a debate about the issues, are you surprised by that? How do you feel about that?
I'm not surprised by it because that is a traditional tactic of the left. That's what ACORN used to fight voter registration fraud for years by saying, what, you don't want black people to vote? Now it's you don't want poor people to have health care, you don't want black people to live good lives. So they've always used the same tactics. It's kind of sad because a lot of the people that are attacking me and making these kind of comments, they don't seem to have read any of the stuff that's out there about this bill. They don't understand how much it will cost and the massive government involvement that they'll have in their health and how their life is basically run. So it's more uninformed than anything else, and it kind of surprises me because the right seems to be much more informed as to the dangers of this. I blame the propaganda machine for a lot of that. There's not a day that doesn't go by that I don't get an email from Organizing for America with some type of lie or video that makes me sad and cry and vote for health care. Or ask my congressman to vote for health care. It's a constant campaign. I've seen that out there, and I honestly believe it.
Sure. Well, Anita, we appreciate your coming on the show today. We'll look forward to more updates, especially as you said, in a couple of days you'll have something else out, and we'll look for that. It's AnitaMonCrief.blogspot.com.
Yeah, we've had that up for the duration, but I think I will also have a cyber mob here if I don't say that throughout this interview, everybody in chat is telling me to tell you thank you, and you're very brave, and they're really appreciative of what you're doing and what you've been willing to risk in order to shine light in dark places.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, too.
All right. Keep us posted when you come out with more good stuff, okay?
I will, and thanks for having me on.
All right. Thanks
Anita.
Anita.